Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the live action Lilo and Stitch and the reactions to it. And I'm going to be right up front here, guys. I think this one's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's going to make a lot of money. The trailer is very close to the original animated movie. Now, is it unnecessary? Yeah, I mean, all the Disney live action movies are completely unnecessary, but if they're going to do it right and make it as close to the original as possible, because that's what people expect, right?
Right. And she's not wearing her dress, but they have the same print on her shirt. They are going to make some changes to it. I mean, they have what you had said before. They're going to put Jumbo and Pleakley and probably make them peep like human for most of the movie because it's cheaper. And they do seem to be doing that because they have a CGI, Pleakley turning from human to the CGI character. And, that's to save money. But there seems to be a lot of the same beats. I'm sure there's some changes, though.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Now, if this little kid can keep from giving her hot takes on the Middle East...
Yeah, I know, right?
This
all
one
Trump supporters,
right.
There's no peace.
Yeah, this one might actually do okay. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, I guess, the reaction to this versus the reaction to Snow White. And, you even got the Hollywood Reporter out there, like, just rip the damn Band-Aid off already. We know this is going to be a flop. And
well, of course, they blame it on toxic people too. But
yeah, it's PR missteps. Oh my god. Yeah, so we'll talk about this one. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
If you're looking for notifications, go out to clownfishtv.substack.com. I post links to our new videos. Last night, I got to get caught up here a little bit, but you'll get email notifications when we post new videos so you guys don't miss anything. Now, it's interesting. We're going to talk about the numbers on the trailer already for Lilo and Stitch. The last Snow White trailer, nobody cared. It had like 25, 30,000 views after 10, 12 hours compared to Lilo and Stitch, which has, since we pulled this up, almost 1 million. It's got 892,000.
Now, to be fair too, though, this was the first big trailer. Like they thought, and this was the Snow White one was one of the last trailers. But people are not excited about Snow White. And look, 49,000 upvotes, only 5,000 downvotes on this one. But the Snow White one, it was like all their trailers have been the opposite. The dislike to like ratio has been significantly different.
Yeah, I'm looking through here, and the reactions are actually good. This person said this is actually the first live action movie I'm excited for. And we can't run the trailer, guys. We can't run the trailer. I can probably click around a little bit and show you some stills from it because I know Disney will strike us if we do. That's just how they roll. So, I gotta tell you, I was very skeptical. Whoa, oh no, there we were gonna get struck. But I was very skeptical about this one, but I'm like, this looks right. This one actually looks right. That kid is perfect. And I mean, we're talking like, look at the scenes. Now it's going to be weird. They've got Chris Sanders, who directed the original movie, doing the voice of Stitch, which is great, but they're going to be going up against How to Train Your Dragon, which was also Chris Sanders. So we need to get the Stitch Toothless mashup going on, Stitch versus Toothless. But yeah, I mean, this is like pretty much beat for beat the original movie. Look at that.
They add some stuff like they're in a car and stuff like that, and he throws.
That way they had some stuff like cars.
No, they're in a car and he throws the CD at the car behind.
Oh yeah, I mean they're gonna have to pad out because the original movie wasn't that long, really.
But what people are really excited about is the very, very end, like the last image you see. Go back a little before that. It's I guess it's not the last image, but it's a little before that. Go.
We're getting there. Okay.
Right before right there. So click on that and play. You can play that. So there they are as human, turns into, they show the CGI. Okay.
I knew they were going to do that.
Yep. But wait,
I knew they were going to do that because it would cost too much.
But look at the guy. No, wait, to play it. If you're allowed to, and watch him like here, we got the ice cream guy.
But it's a snow cone, but
I know, but it's still ice cream guy.
The biggest surprise, actually, though, was Cobra Bubbles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know, like Lorena Creole was even pointing about how he's too skinny, and everybody's wishing it could be Ving Rhames, which that would have been a better choice personally. But maybe there's a reason.
Money. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to do. I mean, because they got The Rock back for Maui. But yeah, he's only 65. He could still pull it off, right?
Yeah, but I don't know why. Maybe there's reasons, but they should have brought him in for it. But
yeah, it would have been great.
They didn't for whatever reason. But hey, at least plus side, we still have Cobra Bubbles, because initially, if you remember back when we talked about it, they were going to replace Cobra Bubbles with a woman.
Yeah. So okay. God, I don't want to get optimistic. I do believe that Disney, on some level, just for their own survival, they're trying very hard to listen to feedback and to course correct, because when they made that announcement that it wasn't going to be Cobra Bubbles, they're going to replace Cobra Bubbles. I think they even had the actress cast or something for that.
It should probably still be in it in some capacity, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have a social worker in it or something, but I think they're going to be two separate characters. They'll probably have the social worker, and then they'll have Cobra Bubbles.
That's what I think they're going to do, is that he's like the agent and she's like the social worker. That's what I'm kind of wondering too.
Which is fine. I mean, look, there are going to be some changes, whatever, but people thought that Cobra Bubbles was going to be cut from the movie entirely. And there's a lot of pushback on that, and people are like, oh, hell no, you're not taking one of the best characters out of the movie. And so I have to wonder if they aren't. I mean, if that was not the case to begin with, that they were going to replace Cobra Bubbles, that people actually at Disney were listening, being like, yeah, we got, this is what people want. I mean, we're seeing this kind of all over the place to some degree, except for Rivers of America. I don't know what the hell is wrong with them there, but at least on the movie side, it looks like they're trying to course correct. Mm-hmm. Parks are a whole nother ordeal. But
yeah, they're just stepping in it worse over there. But yeah, they're definitely trying. The casting, I mean, the one guy they had for David got
he got
hired, then fired because of stuff on a Spotify list, because he looked like David, and the guy they have now looks like David. So the casting's pretty good. It's really cute. The girl who plays Lilo is adorable.
It's interesting. Yeah, because there was a lot of backlash even about Nani. Like she was too light skinned or something, because you had the skin tone police out in force.
Yeah, but the picture they used, like, it made her look lighter. Like, then she, and she's fine.
Is that New David?
Yeah, New David.
It's one of the Davids. Yeah, and then Nani's fine. I think the casting is good. I mean, look. I mean, do I think these live action remakes need to be made at all? No. Hell no.
But this one, people, okay, I guess, when the bar is so low, it's easy to look impressed. But this one actually looks like they genuinely wanted to do it right. And somebody had said, I forget, I'm sorry, I can't remember who exactly said it on Twitter to me today. But they said, well, at least when you have somebody, you can see the difference when you have people who care about the source material.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch, as opposed to those who don't, Snow White.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it does feel, and it feels, to me, it feels the same way with, and look, I'm not delusional. I know that there's going to be a lot of misfire, whatever. But if you want to look back historically, like, look at 70s Disney. Like, 70s Disney was like, what the hell are you guys doing? But it does look like they're trying to speed run the movies they know are going to be flops. Mm-hmm. In fact, I just saw another article this morning. They're saying Captain America is actually going to be one of the biggest box office bombs for Marvel when it's all said and done.
Well, not worse than the Marvels. So
not worse than Marvels, but it's going to be one of the bottom rung movies, right? And I think they were speed running that one, and they're definitely speed running Snow White. They know this is going to be a massive misfire, and they're just trying to get it over with.
Some PR missteps. No, the step was missed, and then she fell down about 20 flights of steps. It's not one misstep. This was just like bouncing down the steps the whole way down. Bull crap.
I'm just thinking, like, insert Family Guy skit here.
Yeah, that's what it would have been. What missteps? Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Yeah, so they know this one's going to be a disaster. They knew Captain America wasn't going to do fantastic. Thunderbolts, I think, will do okay, but I don't think it's going to be a massive hit. What they're trying to do is get this stuff flushed out of the system, get it out of the way. And then they're going to focus on, even with the animation, they're going to focus on movies they know are going to be hits.
They're going to give their movie slate an enema and go from there.
Pretty much. They pretty much lay down the law like at Pixar, too. They're like, yeah, just knock it off with the shipping. Freaking Riley's like freaking 13 years old. What are you doing? But yeah, I mean, again, I have no delusions, and people are like, you're now the downside. if this movie winds up being a big hit, which I think it's going to be, I'm like, oh, great. They're just going to greenlight like 50 more live action movies. I'm hoping they have the good sense to be like, you know what, we will still do live action remakes. I mean, they're running out of movies at this point anyway. So, you know, whatever, we'll still do live action remakes, but we're going to pick the right ones to do.
I really think, and other people have said this before me, so it's not new, but I really think that if they were going to pick the ones to remake, they should have done the ones that, like, you had the really popular ones up till, you know, The Lion King and all that, Mulan. And then you had that era for a while there in the early 2000s where you had, like, you know, Atlantis. And, you know, this was one of those early ones, Hercules, those kind of things. Those ones, okay, well, Hercules worries me because they're going to do that one, but they were talking about doing it TikTok-esque.
Yeah, just pull the plug on it. Don't do it.
No, Atlantis would be a really good one that I think they could do in live action, and it would probably work really well.
Yeah, look at that. Just in the time since we recorded this video, just jumped up another 50,000 views.
Because it looks good. And people were like, holy shit, they actually found one that actually looks good. And that Stitch doesn't look like, you know, the uncanny valley dead like look like we had like the Lion King.
Yeah.
They look good. And
yeah, they actually do. I gotta tell you, I was concerned. I was concerned about this one. I was kind of like, oh God, Stitch is gonna be nightmare fuel, but it actually looks good.
I mean, they're not gonna screw it up in some way that we're unaware of yet. I mean, it's always possible.
Yeah, I mean, most of the comments are good.
Yes.
I mean, some people, again, you know, the typical complaints. It's, you know, we don't need another live action movie.
We really don't, and I don't disagree with you.
We don't, but if they're gonna do it, if you're gonna do it, at least get it right. I think that's the thing. It's same with Star Wars and same with Marvel, right? People aren't saying like, don't make any movies. It's like, but if you're going to make them good, you're actually better off not making any more Star Wars than making bad Star Wars that chases off your audience and devalues the brand. This is going to make money. I think, you know, people are shitting on Minecraft and I think it looks dumb, but it's going to make a lot of money.
Oh, it's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's Minecraft.
My kids are already like, yep, going. It's like that generation. They're going to be there, you know?
They weren't going to, and I don't think right away until Jennifer Coolidge showed up.
Yeah, I know. They love Jennifer Coolidge. It's okay. At our house, it's really weird. You'll be driving along, and all of a sudden, the two kids in the back start going in back and forth with each other in Jennifer Coolidge voices or British accents or whatever. Just randomly, they have these really weird conversations, and they just go around the house going about how they want a hot dog real bad. So they love Jennifer Coolidge. So for whatever reason, I think like, you know, Gen, you know, Z and Gen Alpha, those kids are going to be all about this movie. And I really think that it's going to do pretty well. But Lilo and Stitch, you're going to get the millennials, the Gen Xers, the millennials, and probably, you know, kids that are like Gen Z but loved it growing up. Our daughter adored Lilo and Stitch. Our son, he even more so, he dressed as Stitch for 2 different Halloweens, and like it wasn't even the same costume. I had to go buy it again. Yeah,
because he got bigger. Yeah, it was like we alternated. We had Stitch, and then we had Champ Bear the Care Bear, and he liked the blue furry thing. I don't know if there's something he's trying to tell me. I don't know what's up with that, but he had 2 blue furry costumes, and he'd alternate. One year he was a Care Bear, then he was Stitch, and he was a Care Bear again, then he was Stitch.
And yeah, so I mean, and our daughter loved it too. I mean, first, like she saw Lilo, she loved Lilo, and she saw Lilo and Stitch at Animal Kingdom, and she just went running for them. So I just think that, you know, like Minecraft, a lot of kids, even today, it's gonna resonate with them. So if it's done right, so you know, I hate to say it, but if it's done right, people will come. That sounds wrong. Do not. It's a family video.
Yeah, I think this. I mean, I took one look at this. I'm like, this is going to make a lot of money. This is going to make so much money. Yeah, I think some movies
win with this one. Yes.
Yeah, I just think some Disney movies though lend themselves better to live action. I think Lilo and Stitch, because other than him, you know, being an alien. Spoiler: he's not a dog. He's an alien. Other than him being an alien, it's basically just a family sitcom. It's pretty like much, Alf in Hawaii.
Yeah. And I just think there's some that they keep not, or they've done late, or they haven't done at all that would work really well in live action. Instead, they keep doing ones that don't work so well. So this one might be a win for them. I don't think, is it necessary? No. But is it going to do a lot of money? Yes. And does it look like they did it right? Yes.
This is about as good. I think this is about as good as we're gonna get.
I want to see it.
I'm actually like morbidly curious. I'm kind of like, you know what?
I know our daughter's gonna want to see it.
Maybe you'll go see this one. It actually doesn't look bad. Now, if they can just
see it.
If they can just keep doing this, if they could do this, but with Star Wars, you'd get people back. I mean, I'm really hoping. I know I'm probably way off base, but God, I'm hoping Fantastic Four is good, because I freaking love the Fantastic Four, and they haven't gotten it right. And I know it's not going to be comic book accurate. It's a Marvel thing. It's an MCU thing. But if it's good, if it's passable and fun, and we actually get proper. What's that?
It's so sad that we've come to a place where
we accept passable.
If it's passable,
is it watchable? Then you'll get my money. I mean, that's where we're at. It's like we've had like shit prison food for how many years now? It pretty much is like, okay, is this edible? All right, I'll give you my money as long as it's edible. You know, it's like, and that's
like, really, really good burger. No, but is it like McDonald's? Yes. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, when you're really hungry, that value menu burger tastes pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. It might cost like $5 now compared to what it used to be. But like I was talking about, I did that video game video last night, and I think what's going on now, especially, is even if these companies pivot, and it looks like a lot of companies, a lot of entertainment, they're trying to pivot back to what works, listen to their customers. It depends on the division. We're going to talk about Marvel in another video, and they're not listening to people at all. No. They don't care. They don't care what you think. But people have like PTSD from the culture wars. They have PTSD from it. And I had to use a voice changer. I can't have people knowing who I am. So I mean, look at what's going on with Harry Potter right now. Like, even if the actor they picked to play Snape is a phenomenal actor, people are like, okay, right out of the gate, it was a bait and switch because you said 1-to-1 with the books. And one of the first casting announcements, actually, I think the first, before they even cast Dumbledore, was we got a black guy playing Snape when he was explicitly described as being a pasty. That's been confirmed
the whole way. It's just that's likely what they're going to do.
Are they putting the feeler? Are they putting the feelers out? Are they putting the feelers out and being like, okay, if we hire this guy as Snape, what is the reaction going to be like from the fans?
Well, that would be stupid because, they're going to do it. They're going to hire this person. They wouldn't have mentioned it. And the thing is, it was stupid because now you're just turning people off right away. And it's not because the person is a bad actor. It's not because he's a black actor. It's because Snape was one character who's very well defined in the books. And
you're a pasty white dude. Yeah.
And there's things in the books that now cannot play out the way they should because you can't do that or look really, really bad, like hate crimes at this point.
Yeah.
And so they're like telling you it's going to be just like the books, and they're going to do everything they can to keep it exact. And right out of the gate, they're making sure it's not.
Yeah. So again, this is what I'm talking about. This is why people get their backs up, because even if it winds up being good overall,
it might be really good. We don't know.
You're and that's what people look for now. So people, when they heard like with Lilo and Stitch, they're like, oh, there's no Cobra Bubbles. It's a social worker. It's like, shit. Here we go. Here we go again. Or Cobra Bubbles is a very chonky, heavy-set woman now, in a jazzy or something, chasing Stitch around. I don't know. But yeah, so I mean, this one looks good. That's all I'm saying. This one looks.
It does look good, but again, I mean, even with the bar being low, I think it's way above the bar compared to like Snow White.
Yeah, Snow White, you could tell the first.
I love a dog. He's dragging his butt in the floor like a dog.
Yeah. Oh, I hope he doesn't eat a chicken. You're not going to watch a movie. He eats a chicken. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. Mm-hmm. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.